Hello. The academic possession is about to commence, and once that starts, it's imperative for us to be on our feet to welcome the graduates of today who have successfully completed their program for advanced diploma in public leadership and statecraft. Good afternoon, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure and delight to be in your midst this wonderful afternoon. And this is an auspicious occasion. What a perfect way to start the new month. Just say to the person seated next to you, Happy New Month. It's my prayer that this new month of August brings you all and severally greater love, deeper understanding, overflowing joy, and countless reasons to celebrate God's goodness in your life. May this month of August, for you all and severally, be filled with unforgettable blessings, laughter, breakthroughs, and endless happiness. I wish you all happy new month, and this month portends greater things for you and I. Can we please rise to welcome the possession, the graduate's possession that will be accompanied by principal officers. That is the possession that comprises the graduates alongside principal officers. The Citadel School of Government welcoming you to the graduation ceremony. The pioneer sets who are graduating today. Congratulations. 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 The first of many feats you will be achieving. Congratulations. are proud of you. Congratulations on this historic feat. Successful completion of your program. The beautiful procession of the graduates and principal officers. We won't stop saying congratulations. You have worked so hard. You have labored. You burnt the candle when the needed arise. You did sleepless nights. You had to meet deadlines. We are super proud of you. And we say many more historic feats to be achieved by you all. Is just a precursor to many more successes from this amazing, historic, pioneer, intelligent, very dutiful, hardworking, trailblazing sets. We are super proud. While we remain standing, we shall be taking the rendition of Nigeria's national anthem.
Tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign in peace. children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, to sow with peace and plenty. Nigeria may be blessed.
Thank you very much. You may please be seated. Good afternoon, distinguished guests. It's an absolute pleasure and delight to be in your midst this wonderful afternoon for this very auspicious occasion where we are celebrating graduates who have done excellently well in the pursuit of knowledge acquisition. My name is Oluwaseun Ajidagba. I will be your master of ceremony of this event. Before we get started, business school doesn't simply teach you how to build companies, but it rather teaches you how to build character, create value, and lead with purpose. It's my prayer that your ambition create opportunities, your wisdom inspire trust, and your leadership leave a legacy that outlives success. May I humbly and respectfully recognize our father in the Lord, distinguished Nigerian, the man whose vision we are running and whose premise we are currently seated enjoying a wonderful ambience. Please do well to help me appreciate the man who conceptualized, who thought it wise to have what we call a Citadel School of Government, an amiable, accommodating, empathetic, benevolent, magnanimous, dutiful, hardworking, organized, very supportive, and more importantly, God-fearing. Our Father in the Lord, the man behind the amazing Citadel Global Community Church, and the brain behind Citadel School of Government, a distinguished Nigerian and a global leader, Pastor Tunde Bakari. Let me also take a moment to appreciate here in our midst our wonderful mommy who has been very, very supportive of whatever the visioner is doing. Please, if your hands are not too busy, join me to welcome and appreciate our mommy. Very loving, caring, doting, kind, amazing, understanding, very supportive, magnanimous, and of course, empathetic, supportive, God-fearing woman. The founder, Citadel School of Government, Vice Chairman. If your hands are not too busy, help me appreciate this distinguished Nigerian, Mrs. Olaide Bakari. We can do better to appreciate her, please. Thank you very much. We are bringing it home. We also have the academic liaison and capacity building officer, Citadel School of Government, Clementina Busayo Odetola. A round of applause, please. The executive director of Citadel School of Government, Omaholo Omahalen. A round of applause, please. Of course, my amazing, wonderful, visionary professor, a man who has transverse leadership as far as the University of First Choice and the nation's pride is concerned. The man who ensured that entrepreneurial and skill development center is not locally recognized, but globally recognized. Highly cerebral, and of course, my brand new director of the University of Lagos Business School. Please do well to appreciate Professor Sunday Adebisi, aka Entrepreneur. I pride to say that the founder of Citadel School of Government attended the best university in the world. I pride to say that University of Lagos is the only university that was installed by an act of parliament in October 1962. University of Lagos is that one university. If my father in the Lord decides to come to Unilag, we have a landing place for him, either by helicopter or by chopper or by plane. University of Lagos is the first university that when you get into that place, the roads are very motorable. And I also pride to say that on Monday, October 31, 2023, the first international visitor that came to University of Lagos, when he had a stopover in Abuja and came to Unilag, he came via the Lagoon Front, making University of Lagos the only university you can access via the Lagoon Front. And I'm talking about the former German Chancellor, Olaf Scholz. And of course, with my father in the Lord here, I'm also prompting him. He wants to ensure that in no distant time, the University of First Choice and the nation's pride is accessed by tube and by train. Greater Cockite! Greater Cockite! Greatest of the greatest of the greatest Cockite! Dr. Akindele, you are recognized, sir. Distinguished guests, I welcome you all and severally. For a moment, I would pause because of exigency of time. We'll come back to more recognition. But I need to appreciate this amazing set, the pioneer set of the Citadel School of Government. Ladies and gentlemen, the highly cerebral, hardworking, understanding, supportive, coordinating. Ladies and gentlemen, please give yourself a round of applause. Congratulations. We go straight to the welcome address. And it's time for me to respectfully invite the academic liaison and capacity building officer of the best Citadel, the Citadel School of Government. If you are not here, then you are somewhere else. Ladies and gentlemen, please do well to help me appreciate Clementina Busayo Odetola.
Thank you so much. Our very amiable MC, thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm feeling all the emotions. The founder and chairman of the board, Citadel School of Government, Pastor Tunde Bakare. The vice chairman of the board, Citadel School of Government, CSG, Mrs. Lainde Bakare. The Executive Director, University of Lagos Business School, ULBS, Professor Sunday Adebisi. The Executive Director, Citadel School of Government, Mr. Omo Alo Omo Akalen. Distinguished members of the board, distinguished guests, our very, very esteemed Citadel School of Government graduating pioneer class of 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It gives me great honor to stand before you today. When I look into the room, I see men and women from different endeavors of life, captains of industries who believe in Nigeria, men and women who are ready and willing to serve. And today is more than a graduation. Having walked through the highs and the lows, the twists and the turns, and we've stayed all the way through, I found a piece that tells the story of what this journey has meant. My name is Clementina Odetola. I'm also known as Clementina Busayo. I serve as the Academic Liaison and Capacity Building Officer at the Citadel School of Government, CSG. Thank you. The piece I found is titled Leading from the Middle by a professor named Gordon E. Avley, a distinguished professor of history at Jacksonville State University. He wrote, and I quote, "Academic department chairs are unlike any other form of management. We have a great deal of responsibility, and we have to triangulate between those above us and those under our supervision. As academic chair, there's not much formal power. Most of my authority came from persuasion, attention, and empathy. Much of my work as chair consisted of translation, not decision-making. Despite the reality described by Professor Gordon E. Harvey in this piece, the Citadel School of Government Academic Office has moved the Advanced Diploma in Public Leadership and Statecraft ADPLS program forward by resting on what I would call the 3 H's. First H is art. Mr. Chairman, founder, Citadel School of Government, Pastor Tunde Bakare, we are here today because of your heart, sir. Your selfless service, your courage, your belief in Nigeria that in the future, the highest office will be the office of our citizens. That has given us and continues to give us the leverage to attract nation builders from around the world. And we want to say thank you, sir. I remember seeing the application for this particular cohort online. Without thinking, I immediately paid the non-refundable application fee of 10,000 naira. I, Clementina, filled out my application form. I did not stop there. I proceeded to calculate 9 months from September and blocked out all the Saturdays in it for CSG lecture. Sir, not forgetting your generosity, which also made the Advanced Diploma in Public Leadership and State ADPLS program available at a very highly subsidized price, a reality the pioneer class benefited from, and the incoming set who applies to the next cycle of ADPLS program will still benefit from. Thank you so much, sir. All of this and more is what makes for the pillar of the heart. The second H, head. Citadel School of Government, CSG, is led by our very own Executive Director, Mr. Omo Alo Omo Akalen. The Academic Review Committee will bear me witness and confirm that the ADPLS academic course document is robust and designed for transformation. And to our partner institution, the University of Lagos Business School, our current Executive Director, Professor Sunday Adebisi. Thank you, sir. Not forgetting the contributions from the former Executive Director, Dr. Mike Adebamawo, and the entire ULBS team, your guidance shaped the ADPLS program into the program it is today. Thank you. And the second H stands for Ed. Thank you, sirs. The third H, the last, but definitely not the least. The title of Mr. Chia's memoir, the first book I picked up at the Citadel bookshop, brings me to the third and the last, but definitely not the least, H, which I call ANT. To Admins and Operation Officer, Fatima Pedro Lawrence, Communication Officer, Ero Etubi, Research Officer, Akman Sunday Ezekiel, Program Assistant, Abimbola Adedola, Front Desk, Omaju Oye or Amaju Oye. Your hands, together with mine, have made this program possible. Thank you. In the light of these three H's, heart, head, and hands, permit me to share a few of our achievements from the Academic Liaison Office during this period. 1, learning management systems and academic delivery. When I resumed, the question was clear. How do we honor the time of 70 participants in a fast-paced world committed to building Nigeria? Our answer was simple: make learning seamless. So I facilitated the deployment of the CSG Learning Management System, LMS, with an 100% adoption by all our CSG participants. Please put your hands together for yourself. A total of 70 students, with the exception of third semester, because Evan gained one of our own, Mr. Aderele Onikosi, CSG PC 0056. May his soul continue to rest in peace. We deployed 11 courses, created an announcement pathway on LMS, so participants never missed that information. We also created an assessment pathway for participants to assess their examination scores. On academic delivery, we achieved a minimum 216 hours of lecture runtime. We upheld the academic integrity and met the expectations of our ULBS partner faculty. In total, we worked with 17 faculty members, 14 facilitators, some of whom doubled as project supervisors, and to our own very own ULBS short course coordinator, Dr. Olu Akintunde. As I came into this hall today, sir, I may have heard that today might be a good day for me to practice my 6HHH salute. So here goes. Thank you, sir, for being amazing. 2, examination and access. We ran on-site, online, and through access arrangement, examinations simultaneously, making room for everyone. Online exams were monitored by our intern, Eunice Olarino. Access arrangement examinations were also managed by Research Officer Akman Sunday Ezekiel. This has become the foundation for the future of the ADPLS program, a program built to be global, because it doesn't matter whether you're online, on-site, or you need a special support, there is a place here for you. So, to anyone listening who wants to join us to be a part of the school, visit www.citadelschoolofgovernment.com to apply. I'll take that again. www.citadelschoolofgovernment.org to apply. Third, systems and processes. For orderliness, clarity, and standard, I created the student numbering system, assignments template, classwork template, project submission template, and by pushing for LMS adoption week after week, we saw an 80% increase in class and assignment submissions from first semester to second semester, and nearly 100 by third semester. As an institution, this gave us back time, it saved us resources for our participants, it improved the learning experience, and for our facilitators, it created a central place to answer questions, provide real-time feedback, and mark assignments. To welcome you and celebrate our pioneer Citadel School of Government class of 2026, let's play a quick game. I call it this or that. If you could choose only one, what would it be? Option A or option B? Number one, option A, to have power, or option B, to have influence. 2, option A, to think about learning, or option B, to take action. 3, option A, to figure it out on your own, or option B, to have a curated learning process. So option B has it. Thank you very much for participating in my game. Yes, I led with the skill from my MBA experience, but more importantly, I led with empathy, because I could have been a participant in this pioneer set. So today, I stand here as academic liaison and capacity building officer, honored to welcome you to the very first graduation ceremony of our institution for building nation builders, Citadel School of Government. This celebration of transformation in action, as we witness the graduation of CSG Pioneer Class of 2026, may this be a launch pad for service to make a difference in our country, Nigeria, Africa, and the world. Permit me to say, welcome, uno, baka dezwa, ekabo, bienvenue. Welcome.
You will soon get used to me. My name is Oluwaseun Ajidagba, but I like to be called OT, which is an acronym for Oliver Twist. And what does an Oliver Twist like? They just like to ask for more. It won't be out of place if we give our academic liaison and capacity building officer, Citadel School of Government, Clementina Busayo Detola, another resounding round of applause. There was an omission, and I take full responsibility for that. And I want to make correction. We have a big person here who will be delivering convocation lecture. He is from one of the best universities you can find in Lagos, Nigeria. To put it into proper context, this man is the fourth as far as that university is concerned. The university has seen the likes of Professor Ayodeji Olukoju being the Vice Chancellor from 2011 to 2015. We've also seen Professor Ayondiji Aino emerged as Vice Chancellor of that university. And the immediate past Vice Chancellor of that university, Professor Nosa Owens Ebie. But ladies and gentlemen, you do well to help me appreciate a professor of business management, marketing, and entrepreneurship, the pioneer convocation lecturer of the Citadel School of Government, Professor Olalekan Asikia, the Vice Chancellor of Caleb University, Immortal. Please, a round of applause for him. Reading about him yesterday, the number of age he has in practicing this field of his is almost at par with me in age. Please help me appreciate him once again. I also want you to help me appreciate your coordinator better. Your very supportive coordinator that has coordinated well. From the University of Lagos Business School, Dr. Akintunde Olufemi Atonda. With your kind permission, I celebrate you, the likes of Professor Solomon Akimboye, Professor Friday Undubisi, Professor Bola Matthew Akimbinu, Professor Taiwo Ojo, and Professor Olayemi Olufemi. Moving on. We now go straight to the address. The very first person to speak to us this afternoon, as far as convocation address is concerned, the Executive Director, Citadel School of Government. Please do well to help me appreciate Omaholu Omohalen. A round of applause, please, for him.
The Chairman of the Board of Directors and founder, Citadel School of Government, Pastor Tunde Bakari. The Vice Chairman of the Board, Pastor Laide Bakari. The Executive Director, University of Lagos Business School, representing the Vice Chancellor, Professor Sunday Adebisi. The guest lecturer, Professor Asikia. The program coordinator, Dr. Olufemi Akintunde. The academic liaison officer, Clementina. Welcome. The distinguished board members of Citadel School of Government. Distinguished faculty, mentors, and facilitators, the great pioneer class, the graduating pioneer class of Citadel School of Government, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a remarkable day in the journey of this institution because today we celebrate a unique set of nation builders. When the founder entrusted me with the responsibility of establishing and leading Citadel School of Government, I could not have imagined the remarkable class that would become our pioneer participants. A High Court judge, a consultant nephrologist, a local government chairman, a professor, CEOs, CTOs, CAOs, retired professionals in their 60s and 70s, in class with Gen Zs and millennial professionals. Thank you for placing your confidence in an institution that was just a startup. Over the past 9 months, you have done far more than attend lectures. You immersed yourselves in rigorous academic work, engaged with distinguished scholars and practitioners, learned directly from mentors, including elder statesmen. You participated in webinars and public dialogues. You debated ideas. You built lasting relationships across sectors, across professions, across generations. You have not simply earned an advanced diploma. You have become part of the founding story of Citadel School of Government. Perhaps nothing demonstrated your character more than the way you stood together following the passing of your classmate, Mr. David Adinrile Onikosi. Through your contributions and the legacy project, you reminded us that leadership is measured not only by competence, but by compassion. Not only by knowledge, but by service. Thank you for what you did for the family of that patriot. On a personal note, I must thank you for adopting my son when he was born. When he was born, just as you were rounding off your program. I was deeply moved when you pointed out the remarkable parallel that just as you had spent 9 months in this institution, little Oseje Obafemi Omakale had also spent 9 months in school, albeit in the womb. I could not hold back my amazement when you pointed that out to me. You therefore insisted that he's the baby of the pioneer class. Your affection and your insistence on presenting him with a gift prompted management to reconsider our code of conduct and to do so with a more human face. Thank you. Thank you for that gift. That story captures something special about this class. Throughout the program, you challenged us. You questioned us. You encouraged us. You critiqued us and even protested. Yet, through it all, you never stopped building this institution with us. It has been one of the greatest privileges of my professional life to serve as your executive director. Watching you arrive on Saturdays despite your demanding professional and personal commitments, listening to your aspirations during the placement exercise where we listen to you one-on-one, and seeing many of you engage so meaningfully with your mentors, watching you attend the webinars, and some of your guest facilitators are here. Thank you so much, Mr. Idie Nang, for coming. Thank you so much, Dr. Joe Odumake. We welcome you. We welcome you. Thank you. Thank you for all that you did for us. So we listened to you during those sessions. And we also saw you build meaningful relationships with these distinguished professionals. It assured us that we were indeed making an impact. But graduation is not the end of your relationship with Citadel School of Government. We had told you before in class, it has not ended. It has just started. It is the beginning of a new one. In the weeks and months ahead, many of you will be deployed through the strategic working groups of the think tank component of CSG to contribute to national conversations on constitutionalism and governance, on security, health, education, youth development, women and social inclusion, the macroeconomy, trade and investment, agriculture, manufacturing, housing and urban development, transportation, science, technology and innovation, foreign policy, the environment and water resources management, the creative economy, energy and other critical sectors. Very soon, we will be making a call for papers in thematic groups under these working groups. Looking across this graduating class, I have every confidence that you possess the competence, the experience, and character to help shape this dimension of CSG's contribution to public leadership in Nigeria and in Africa. I am deeply grateful to the founder and chairman of the board of Citadel School of Government, Pastor Tunde Bakari, for the confidence he reposed in me by entrusting me with the responsibility of establishing and leading this institution during its formative years. His vision, encouragement, and support have been a constant source of inspiration, and it has been one of the greatest privileges of my professional life to serve in this capacity. Thank you, sir. I am grateful, sir. And thank you, Vice Chairman Mrs. B, for your support. My gratitude also goes to the board members for their guidance through the complexities of managing a pioneer year, of managing partnerships. My gratitude goes to the Citadel Global Community Church and Citadel Holding for their support. My gratitude goes to the University of Lagos Business School for the academic standardization that they have brought. I am particularly grateful to the former executive director of UOBS, Professor Mike Adebamo, for his guidance, and to Dr. Akintunde for his steadfast support, even as I once again publicly congratulate the new executive director, Professor Sunday Adebisi. Permit me to also express my profound gratitude to the remarkable team with whom I have had the privilege of serving. When the founder asked me to assemble a team, it was as though God guided my hands to find and pick the right persons for the job, and I am grateful for the work that this team has done. Fatima Pedro Lawrence, Clementina Odetola, Akman Sunday, Ezekiel, Abimbola Adegbola, Hiro Etubi, Onyechi Amajoyi, Eunice Olaniro, who has gone to serve in another department of the ecosystem, and of course, Ayomide Adetowubo, who is not here today. He was my first staff. He helped me to recruit you, and I'm grateful to him where he is. To the staff, your commitment, professionalism, and sacrifice transformed a vision into a functioning institution. I must particularly acknowledge you, Clementina, because you sacrificed the opportunity of being a member of this pioneer class in order to help nurture it. I remember when I placed that call, I don't recall how long the call was, trying to persuade you, and eventually you accepted. Thank you for accepting, and thank you for your service. If executive directors possess the authority to confer diplomas by fiat, yours would certainly have been among the first, Clementina. Thank you. Finally, again to the pioneer class, the class of 2026. We trust that you will justify the confidence that has been placed in you. Go and strengthen institutions, influence policy, and serve with excellence. Go and help build the Nigeria, and indeed the Africa that we all know is possible. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. We are really proud of you. The executive Director, Citadel School of Government, Omahaulu Omahalen. Thank you. A round of applause once again for him. With the kind permission of our founder, let me respectfully recognize our amazing board members. Without them, things might not go on smoothly. Tokwe Adebayo, Esquire. Engineer Aramide Adeyoye. Mr. Olusegun Bakari. And we also know that the founder's very good friend is here, Dr. Babajide Olowodola, Pastor. I recognize our amazing invitees. Please do well to jam your hands together for a name that rings bell in Nigeria, Dr. Joe Odumake, Mr. Idorayen Enong, Mrs. Busayo Asikia, the Minister for Home Affairs for the VC of Caleb. And we also have here Mrs. Olubumi Ibidakbo Obi, the Director, Student Support Services Department, representing the Commissioner, Ministry of Tertiary Education, Mr. Tolani Suli. You are welcome, ma'am. Now it's time to listen to our brand new Executive Director of the University of Lagos Business School, Mr. Entrepreneurship. Please, if your hands are not too busy, jam it together for this highly intelligent, scholastic, and one of the most respected professors at the University of Lagos, Professor Sunday Abayomi Adebisi, a.k.a. King of Entrepreneur.
Permit me to stand on already established protocol so as for us to save time. However, the founder and leadership of the Citadel School of Government, Pastor Tunde Bakare, distinguished guests, esteemed facilitators, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, and I do my cap to the professor that will be leading us today in the lecture. Thank you very much. It is with profound pleasure that I join you today to celebrate the graduation of the pioneer cohort of the Advanced Diploma in Public Leadership and Statecraft, a program conceived from a shared vision that Nigeria's future depends not merely on the quality of its policies, but more fundamentally on the quality of the leaders entrusted with implementing them, which has been one of the things Pastor Tunde Bakare has done for several decades and spoken about. On Wednesday, 11 June 2025, the University of Lagos Business School and the Citadel School of Government formalized a memorandum of agreement to establish this innovative program. That agreement was not simply the commencement of an academic partnership, it was a deliberate response to one of the most urgent questions confronting our nation. How do we bridge the widening gap between Nigeria's governance challenges and the leadership capacity required to address them? At this juncture, it's both fitting and a matter of great pleasure to acknowledge my predecessor, Professor Mike Adebamowo, who initiated this relationship with Citadel School of Governance, as well as the visionary leadership of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Folashade Tolulope Ogunshola, OON, whose unwavering commitment to innovation, academic excellence, and strategic partnership provided the enabling environment for this landmark initiative to receive the university approval. Our forward-looking disposition and steadfast support for programs that strengthen leadership capacity and advance national development have continued to position the University of Lagos as a catalyst for societal transformation. On behalf of the University of Lagos Business School I express our profound appreciation for our exemplary leadership and enduring confidence in this noble initiative. The reality before us is unmistakable. Our governance challenges are becoming increasingly complex. Yet, the demand for visionary, ethical, and competent leadership has never been greater. Sustainable national development cannot be achieved through good intentions alone. It requires leaders who possess intellectual depth, strategic foresight, institutional discipline, emotional intelligence, and unwavering commitment to public service. Nations are transformed not merely by resources, but by leaders who know how to mobilize those resources for the common good. Today, we celebrate 69 distinguished graduates who have completed this rigorous and intellectually enriching program. While 70 participants commend this historic journey, we sadly lost one member of the cohort during the course of the program. We remember our departed colleague with deep respect and honor. And honor is placed in this pioneering cause. May his gentle soul continue to rest in perfect peace. It is perhaps significant that this inaugural cohort began with 70 participants. Throughout the scriptures, the number 17 symbolizes completeness, maturity, shared responsibility, and leadership. From the 70 elders appointed to support Moses in the administration of Israel to the 70 disciples commissioned for service, the number represents people prepared to influence society beyond themselves. It is therefore both symbolic and inspiring that this pioneering program commenced with 70 individuals, each called to become an instrument of positive change within our public institutions and communities. Permit me to pay special tribute to our distinguished facilitators, drawn from both academia and industry. You brought into the classroom not only scholarly excellence, but also practical experience forged through the years of professional engagement. I say thank you very much. By combining intellectual rigor with real-world insight, you have equipped these graduates with perspective that transcends theory and prepared them for the complex realities of governance and public administration. Your dedication, sacrifice, and commitment to nurturing transformational leaders have made this program both credible and impactful. On behalf of the University of Lagos Business School and the Citadel School of Governance, I extend our sincere appreciation for your invaluable contributions. To our graduates, today marks not the end of your learning, but the beginning of a greater responsibility. The certificate you receive today are not merely symbols of academic accomplishment. They are a call to ethical leadership, principled decision-making, institutional excellence, and selfless service. Nigeria is looking for leaders who will build enduring institutions rather than powerful personalities, which I believe the reason for which the founder has done what he has done, and we are here today. So I take this again. I said the certificates you receive today are not merely symbols of academic accomplishment. They are called to ethical leadership, principled decision-making, institutional excellence, and selfless service. Nigeria is looking for leaders who will build their enduring institution rather than powerful personalities, leaders who inspire trust rather than demanding loyalty, leaders who measure success not by personal advancement, but by the possible impact they create in the lives of citizens. The University of Lagos Business School is immensely proud of this strategic partnership with the Citadel School of Government, and we thank the Executive Director of CSG for the cooperation we have had up to today. Together, we have taken a significant step towards developing a new generation of public sector leaders, equipped with the knowledge, competence, values, and vision required to strengthen governance and advance national development. As we celebrate this landmark achievement, let us all remember that the future of Nigeria will not be determined solely by the challenges we face, but by the quality of leadership we deliberately cultivate today. Leadership remains the bridge between vision and national transformation. By investing in leadership development, we are ultimately investing in a more accountable government, stronger institutions, and a more prosperous society. Congratulations to our graduates. Congratulations to the School of Governance. Congratulations to University of Lagos Business School, Citadel School of Government, our distinguished facilitators, and every stakeholder whose commitment has made this remarkable achievement possible. God bless Citadel School of Government. God bless University of Lagos Business School. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much for listening to me.
There is a popular aphorism that says, when your action inspires people to do more, learn more, and become more, then truly you are a leader. And I give that to you, Professor Sunday Abayomi Adebisi. At this juncture, we go straight to presentation of the legacy project. And the Citadel School of Government Legacy Project Committee, who would help us understand this, is someone that would definitely exemplify what Henry Ford says. And what does Henry Ford say? Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. And working together is success. Dr. Theophilus Umezudike.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I will still do the protocols as expected to do. So first and foremost, I want to recognize the founder and the chairman of the board of Citadel School of Government. Thank you very much for all that you've done and all you continue to do for us. And also I want to recognize the vice chairperson of the board, Pastor Mrs. Laide Bakre. Thank you very much, ma'am. And I want to recognize the executive director of University of Lagos Business School, Professor Sunday Adebisi. Thank you very much for all that you've done for us all through our schooling. And not forgetting Mr. Omohalo, who is the executive director of the Citadel School of Government. Thank you very much, and all your team. So straight on to the legacy project. Permit me to say that this was something that came by the fact that the whole class came together and felt there was a need to honor our departed colleague. And it all started by the time we converged from the onboarding time in September 2025, precisely on the 6th, a Saturday like this. And we were all gathered in this hall. He was there with us, the 70 of us. We all started this journey together on the 6th of September. And by 13th of September, exactly a week after that, we started our intensive lectures that lasted from the hours of 9 a.m. in the morning till about 4 p.m. every Saturday. And it was quite intensive and interactive. And I'm grateful for many of our facilitators who are here today to wish us well. And along the way, before we knew it, it was time to do our first semester examinations, which held in November 2025. And we're all looking forward to having a Christmas break, to say, let's take a break from these didactic lectures. And the next thing was that we're supposed to resume second semester by early December. So by then, it was obvious that this was a serious school that we needed to take seriously. And we needed to continue to come every Saturday. As you had to take attendance, you had to mark attendance, you had to log in electronically, and I'm just grateful that I'm part of this. especially being part of the pioneer class of the Citadel School of Government. So sometime in December to January, we were constituted into communities of practice, and there were 7 groups that were constituted, each comprising 10 members. Also constituted then was the mentor and mentee groups that were supposed to help us to build a structure that will enable us have first-time interaction with people who have been in circles of government, former governors, former House of Reps members, people that have been in different industries. And so this actually helped us to prepare and be able to strategize for what we're going to do. And it came on that one of us, Mr. Adenro Nikosi, happens to be in Group 1, and he was in the mentorship group of Governor Olusegun Oshoba. In the course of preparing for the meeting with their mentor, which held first weekend in March, he was out of Lagos, and he was still, despite being out of Lagos, he was trying to coordinate the activity of his group. And by the time he returned to Lagos, he suddenly took ill, and he was brought to the hospital where I work, at Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. Unfortunately, he was in the car for several hours, and we did our best as we could to try and secure a bed space for him. We couldn't secure that bed space, so he was moved to another private hospital, and eventually he ended up getting to the General Hospital Bagada on Saturday, the 6th of March. Unfortunately, within 48 hours of being on admission in that hospital, he passed on to glory. But one comforting thing that we have is that his labor is not in vain, and all that he put in, because he was one man that was passionate about Nigeria, to see things work and to see things change. And like the wife told us, that all the things her husband fought for at the time that he needed that support, it wasn't there for him. So what did we do? We came together as a class, courtesy of the CSG management, and the treat opened to us that, do you guys want to do something in honor and in memory of this, your departed colleague? So the class put it to a debate, and we decided that we wanted to look at how we can reform the health sector in Lagos State to be able to do certain things to enable the system work better for every one of us. Because it could be him one day, and it could be one of us another day. And so a committee of 16 members was set up. Initially, we were about 12, but we had to add on some people later on. And so part of the committee, part of what we were set up to do was to help to mobilize members to attend this funeral, which took place about the time of Good Friday, around April, April this year. So, and the class was able to put together some fund to support the family, a sum of about 1.8 million naira. Thereafter, the committee sat down to actually, to actually articulate what do we want to do, what do we want to see happen in the health sector in Lagos State. So we decided to build our proposals on 3 main things. Number 1 was to see how we can increase funding to make funding much more available to the health sector in Lagos State. Number 2, we said there was a need to increase infrastructure because it was a critical time that this young man needed a space that was not available that led to his demise. Number 3, we want to see how we can leverage to see how manpower can be retained back in the health sector, because brain drain, we know, is something that is affecting us so much. So that subcommittee sat for several weeks to be able to articulate what can be done to actually help to increase the funding in the health sector in Lagos State. And so we had a policy laboratory on June, we had a policy laboratory on June 4th, during which we had some panelists who came on to look at the proposals that we were putting forward, that we had put forward. So we spent about 4 to 5 hours on that day. It was a Thursday morning to afternoon. And we had panelists like Ms. Honorable Landro Laoshe, who is a former member of the House of Representatives, Federal House of Representatives. We also had Dr. Jimmy Shodipo, who is a consultant physician, family physician at LASUTH, as well as a past chairperson of the Medical Guild in Lagos State. And then we also had Dr. Bamidele Olajide, who is a senior lecturer at the Department of Political Sciences, University of Lagos. So we had two of us who presented that day, Mr. Emmanuel Uviovo and Mr. Anthony Ekpike. They did a splendid job itemizing what we've gone through to put together. And by the time the panelists looked at our presentations, they said, okay, can you guys narrow down into certain areas and remove certain things that may not be feasible? So we put together another document that enables us to start engaging stakeholders, because one of the things the Citadel School of Government management told us was that we needed to engage stakeholders that would see some of the documents or propositions that we have made. So we started with engaging the Medical Guild. Now, the Medical Guild is a body of doctors primarily employed by Lagos State government. So we spoke with them and we put out our proposals to them. And we had a meeting on the 4th of June, it was a Sunday afternoon, and 28th of June was a Sunday afternoon. By the time we had put these proposals to them, they were quite impressed that we were thinking along the line of some of the things that they had thought before. And they cautioned us that, look, in as much as these are novel ideas, we should be careful that the government might not have a listening ear. But we made them realize that we will go by the way of trying to move many of these suggestions into legislative bills at the Lagos State House of Assembly. And so we went on to engage Lagos State Health Management Authority, LASHMA, who are the body in charge of Ilera Eco. We met with the PAM secretary and her team on the 9th of July. And it was quite an interesting meeting because 12 of us were in that boardroom with them. And by the time we had cross-fertilized ideas, they felt we needed to bring up a proof of concept that will enable us actually partner with them to see how we can improve healthcare in Lagos State. It's notable that as at now, LASHMA has been able to enroll about 1 million Lagosians into health insurance. And these are people that contribute. Thank you. These are people that contribute and are part of the health insurance, the Ilera Eco program that's been rolled out by LASHMA. But we know that the population of Lagos is over 20 million. So you still have so much of the population that is still not covered by health insurance. We know that majority of Nigerians, over 70% of Nigerians, pay out of pocket. Just about 5% are covered by the health management organizations or the HMOs that we know about. And so we still have a huge number that is not yet covered by health insurance, looking at universal coverage so that as much as possible, people don't have to pay when they get to hospital facilities. So we're looking at that proof of concept that the PAMSEC told us about, that we can actually get the informal sector to, because many of those people earn daily wages, okay? So you can't ask them to pay an annual premium. You need to look at something that can work for them. So we're looking at models that can help them contribute daily or weekly and be able to pay through a POS that like they do their job. They'll be able to pay through that. And in that way, we can make them, enable them access universal health coverage. So we're working with that notion. We're looking at setting up an NGO that will take this to the next level and be able to work with authorities like LASHMA to get people who hitherto were not covered by health insurance in Lagos to get some coverage and be able to access health care. Now, we also know that there were some other bodies that we're supposed to meet with. We had an engagement with we're supposed to have an engagement with the Honorable Commissioner of Health of Lagos State, but because of his busy schedule, he rescheduled our appointment. So we're hoping by the next few days or months, or weeks rather, we'll be able to still have engagement with him. We're also supposed to engage the chairperson, Lagos State Health, Lagos State Committee on Health at the Lagos State House of Assembly because of the legislations that we want to push through the Lagos State House of Assembly. We also intend to meet with the Lagos Inland Revenue Service because they dictate what tax can be collected from Lagosians. We're looking at some tax reforms that can help them collect more taxes. I know it's a sensitive issue, but they can look at areas that have not been harnessed yet that can bring in more taxations that will be able to fund the healthcare in Lagos. So what are our next steps? We're looking at leveraging on that NGO that I talked about earlier on to be able to see how we can develop capacity and be able to have a say that eventually we can work hand in hand with LASHMA, work hand in hand with health management organizations, and be able to reach the informal sector of our society who are absolutely not covered by any health plan and be able to bring them on board to be able to make healthcare accessible and affordable. And we're also looking at also accessing the relationship with LASHMA to be able to make this happen in the coming weeks and months. I would like to use the opportunity to actually thank, first of all, the Citadel School of Government for giving us this opportunity to do this project. And I want to thank every member of the committee. Please, can you rise up among the graduating sets? If you're a member that served in the committee, can you just rise up for recognition? Thank you very much. Pastor Dayo Adewumi is the vice chairperson. Sister Dunamis and every other person. Thank you very much for all your hard work. Thank you. In closing, I just want to say this, that when you have a dream, all right, which is what we have, okay, if you have a big dream and you also believe big and you also pray big, do you know what will happen? Big things will happen. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Theophilus Umezudike, talking about the Citadel School of Government Legacy Project Committee. We move swiftly because of exigency of time. I will not be able to take the citation of our graduation lecturer. We'll just respectfully invite him to proceed to the graduation lecture. But one thing I can tell you is that our graduation lecturer is highly cerebral, and every bit of everything you need to know about his lecture, you will definitely enjoy it. Please do well to help me appreciate the 4th Vice Chancellor of Caleb University, Imota, Professor Olalekan Asikia, Professor of Business Management, Marketing and Entrepreneurship. Let's jam our hands together for him, please. I wish you all a happy listening.
Thank you very much. The founder, chairman of Citadel School of Government, my father in the Lord, Pastor Tunde Baka. The executive director of Citadel School of Government, the distinguished faculty and staff of Citadel School of Government, esteemed partners from University of Lagos Business School. I celebrate the Dean of the Business School, Professor Adebisi. Honored guests, parents, and guardians. Most importantly, the pioneer graduates of the Advanced Diploma in Public Leadership and Statecraft. Put your hands together for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with profound honor that I stand before you today. I thank the Citadel School of Government for this invitation to address the historic gathering. I am deeply humbled to be part of this great occasion, celebrating the birth of a new generation of leaders who are poised to redefine governance and nation building in Nigeria, Africa, and the world. Graduates, today marks the end of a journey, but the beginning of critical mission. You must have spent 9 months in crucible of rigorous academic and non-academic training, a program born from a strategic vision and rooted in the practical demands of the 21st century, as already shown and displayed by the founder, Pastor Tunde Bakare. You have not just earned a diploma, you have been equipped with essential tools of statecraft across 7 vital spheres of governance, from policy making and public administration to civic engagement and corporate governance. I congratulate you all on this monumental achievement. It is important you know the environment that is demanding your service. The environment that we have found ourselves demand for new breed of leaders. And what is this environment? The environment of ghost agency like Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council with budget allocation of 1.3 billion rested on a forged signature of a President Chief of Staff. An environment where socio-economic rights and accountability project had filed a lawsuit alleging that some governors diverted 800 billion from Federation Accounts Allocation Committee funds for political campaigning ahead of 2027 election. An environment where a former petroleum minister could be enriched with $200 million. An environment where top officials were arrested over the alleged mismanagement and diversion of 90 billion Hajj subsidy. An environment where an oil agency could misappropriate over 81 billion, $215 million through activities of officials and contractors. An environment where there are wars govern states. A UK governance report listed Zamfara, Kwara, and Benue as the poorest managed states between 2023 and 2025, citing weak leadership, policy failures, corruption, and worsening insecurity. Ghost workers, scandal. That is the environment you want to govern. In Cross River State, the government's youth internship program collapsed amid fraud allegation, with stipends going to ghost names, while thousands of genuine graduates were sidelined. An environment where ministerial and ministers forge certificates. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology was accused of presenting forged certificate, leading to his resignation. Hence, we need change makers. We need institutional builders who are not just prepared to lead, but prepared to serve. We need to redefine leadership. We need to redefine institutional excellence. Over the course of my career as a professor of strategy and entrepreneurship, I have studied strategic leadership, business management, and innovation. One truth that has become increasingly clear is that leadership is not a title. It is a responsibility. True leadership is the ability to inspire, influence, and enable others to contribute towards effectiveness and success of the organizations and society they serve. This leads us to the cornerstone of our team, institutional excellence. Institutions, be they government ministries, private corporations, or social society organizations, must outlive the individuals who lead them. In Nigeria, as in many other nations, we have often built brilliant individuals, but fragile institutions. Fragile institutions, where major institutions in our government, in our area, in our society are of high risk and critical risk situation. For example, local government system has been found to be 85% at very high risk and critical risk, according to the first Nigerian Local Government Integrity Index report, produced by the Center for Physical Transparency and Public Integrity in partnership with ICPC, an assessment of 774 local governments revealed a deep governance crisis. 658 local governments were ranked in Tier 4 and 5. And what is Tier 4 and 5? Tier 4 and 5 is very high risk and critical risk categories, characterized by widespread opacity, weak enforcement, machineries, and fragile service delivery. 155 local governments, comprising 20%, were classified as critical risk, characterized by high financial inflow, absolute opacity, no enforcement, and operating in high insecurity environment. 503 local governments, comprising 65%, were classified as very high risk, minimal transparency, with a long history of corruption. Only 4 local governments, comprising 0.5%, fell into Tier 1, which is low risk. Nasarawa local government area in Nasarawa State emerged as the national model for transparency, scoring 15 over 100. Port Harcourt local government in River State scored 92%, the worst, with no functional website, frequent FOI deniers, poor disclosures, and history of violence and alleged election manipulations. Nigerian police force, talking about fragility. Nigerian police force comprised of 371,800 officers, and they are to manage 237 million people. Unfortunately, out of that number, 200,000 officers are presently serving our political elites, leaving us with 171,800 to service 236.7 million Nigerians. I think that is a good ratio. Then we have the VIP escort. In the 2025 report of the European Union Agency for Asylum, they noted that 100,000 policemen are deployed to guard VIPs. Our judicial system, talking about fragility. Nigerian judicial system is overwhelmed by case backlogs and systemic inefficiencies. Prison population. As of 2025, the Nigerian correctional facilities held over 81,000 inmates. Pre-trial detainees, approximately 53,460 to 53,588 inmates. That is 66 to 68% are waiting trial. This means 2 out of every prisoners in Nigeria have not been convicted. Talking about fragility, The very institution that attacks with fighting corruption are themselves staffed with resources. ICPC funding crisis 2025, out of a total of 22.4 billion appropriated for personnel, overheads, and capital expenditure, ICPC received just 5.35 billion, which is just 24%. How will they be able to fight corruption? We never meant actually to fight any corruption. Overhead cost of over 2.2 billion out of 7.82 billion approved for overhead was just released. That is just 28%. Now, talking about this fragility, the public service and the NDAs, 99% of failure had been reported. The 2025 Transparency and Integrity Index, now in the 5th edition, assessed 517 ministries, departments, and agencies across 5 critical areas: financial management, control of corruption, open procurement, citizen engagement, and human resource inclusion. Only 6 out of 517 MDAs, that is just 1%, passed the minimum benchmark. 511 MDAs, making up of 99%, fell into the red zone, meaning they failed integrity test. And the federal, unfortunately, major failures, even agencies at the heart of Nigerian economy also fell short, including Federal Inland Revenue Services, the Debt Management Office, and of course, the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, the Office of the Accountant General, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the NMPC, and the Nigerian Port Authority, as well as Security and Exchange Commission. Top performance at the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, NOSDRA, that scored 78.84%, followed by Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, NIPC, that scored 78.21%, and ICPC, that scored 78.13%. Talking about the environment that you are going to operate and the fragility of the institution, National Assembly, democracy shows that we have them at the weakest link. The legislature has been widely criticized for institutional failures, zero legislative contribution. A review found that 53 National Assembly members made zero contribution to debates. They were just sitting, eating biscuits and drinking water. Bill sponsorship, motions and petitions, they didn't contribute anything. I wish you could replace some of them. Public distrust. 82% of Nigerians expressed little to no trust in the National Assembly. 82% of Nigerians. Oversight failure. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana has stressed that the National Assembly suffers from fundamental lack of institutional memory, where successive assemblies fail to build on prior work and instead repeatedly reintroduce similar bills and reforms. Tax law controversy. In 2025, significant discrepancies were confirmed between laws passed by the legislature and the versions published in the official government gazette, raising constitutional concern. Debt crisis. Nigerian public debt crossed 149 trillion as of mid-2025, while debt servicing consumes more than 60% of Nigerian federal revenue. Trends experts warn that are not sustainable without stronger legislative oversight. I have an international ranking here, and I could see that the international ranking of Chandler Good Government Index, CGGI, of 2025, revealed that Nigeria placed 116th out of 120 they tried. Corruption Perception Index in 2025, Nigeria came 142nd out of 182. That is first from behind. Fragile States Index 2024, 15 most fragile. Now, in terms of public trust, a survey of 2025 of 5,465 Nigerians conducted between January and February 2025 revealed a crisis of public confidence. 83% of Nigerians expressed little or no trust in federal government. 82% expressed little or no trust in National Assembly. 53% of Nigerians said they feel disappointed in Nigeria. Professor Bell Ihua, who led the survey, stated, this year's data shows that trust and confidence in public institutions are at their lowest level since we began tracking in 2019. These data point and, of course, illustrate systemic pattern of institutional fragility across all levels of Nigerian governance, from the grassroots to the federal government, characterized by chronic underfunding, weak enforcement, absence of accountability, and profound erosion of public trust. Our task, your task, is to build systems, processes, and cultures that are resilient, transparent, and effective, regardless of who is at the end. This is how we can sustain national development and create a legacy of lasting impact. But how do we build institutions? We build institutions through innovation. Innovation is not merely about technology. It is about mindset. It is the ability to see new solutions, connect disparate ideas, and challenge the status quo. As leaders and entrepreneurs, you must embrace policy entrepreneurship. And I want you to listen, graduates. All of these things that I'm saying, they are critical for you. And I'm going to avail you this paper so that you can go through it again and again. Be the one who sees gap, who identifies novel solution, and builds the political and social coalition to make it a reality. Look at the examples of politicians who saw gaps in their own nations and filled it. Number one, Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore recognized Singapore lacked natural resources and faced ethnic tension, high unemployment, and widespread poverty following self-government in 1959. He responded by building a merit-based civil service, investing heavily in education, public housing, infrastructure, and anti-corruption institutions, while positioning Singapore as a global business hub. His leadership transformed Singapore into one of the world's most competitive and prosperous economies. Again, look at Paul Kagame of Rwanda. Following the 1994 genocide, Paul Kagame identified national reconciliation, weak institutions, insecurity, and poverty as Rwanda's greatest challenges. His administration prioritized national unity, digital transformation, healthcare, women's inclusion, and anti-corruption reforms. Rwanda has since become one of the Africa's fastest improving economies and is widely recognized for efficient public service delivery. What of Franklin Roosevelt in United States? Assuming office during the Great Depression, Franklin Roosevelt confronted widespread unemployment, economic collapse, and public despair. Through the New Deal, he introduced employment programs, financial sectors and reforms, social security, and of course, infrastructure investment that restored economic confidence and strengthened government institutions. What of Angela Merkel in Germany? He led Germany through multiple crises, including global financial crisis, the Eurozone debt crisis, and the COVID-19 pandemic. She identified the need for evidence-based policy making, physical stability, and European cooperation. Our calm, our pragmatic leadership strengthened Germany's economy and reinforced its position as a stabilizing force within Europe. What of Nelson Mandela of South Africa? After apartheid, Nelson Mandela recognized that national division and racial distrust threatened South Africa's future. Rather than pursuing revenge, he championed reconciliation, constitutional democracy, and inclusive national building, laying the foundation for peaceful democratic transition. So what are the common leadership lessons from all of these leaders all through these nations? Number one, they identify systemic gaps than merely managing crisis. Don't go into any place, don't remain in any place trying to manage crisis. Look through, you will see the systemic gap. Fill it. Number two, they built institutions instead of relying solely on personal influence. Number three, they pursued innovation and reforms despite resistance. Number four, they invested in people through education, healthcare, and human capital development. Number five, they articulated a compelling long-term national vision. They demonstrated resilience and adaptability in periods of uncertainty. And of course, number seven, they understood that enduring leadership is measured by the strength of the institutions and opportunities left behind, not simply by time spent in office. What you can use one term for, don't go for the second term. So that you won't die on the throne without achieving anything. These examples collectively reinforce the fact that transformational change makers distinguish themselves by recognizing critical societal gaps, responding with innovative and ethical leadership, and building resilient institutions capable of sustaining excellence long after their tenure has ended. Number two, drive public sector innovation. The challenges of public administration, from service delivery to infrastructural management, are crying out for innovation. Be the leader who moves from just managing processes to delivering impactful outcomes. The contrast between Nigerian political leadership and that of nations making tangible impact is stark. While Nigerian leadership is characterized by systemic impunity and institutional failures, countries like Singapore, Rwanda, and Norway demonstrate that determined political will and institutional integrity can yield measurable results. And of course, you can see that in the table that I have here. You can see the CPI score for each of the nations. You can see Denmark in first position, the least corrupt. You can see Finland, the second least corrupt, with 88 points. You can see Singapore with 84 points, the third least corrupt in Asia Pacific. You can see Norway, 81, with fifth, enter top fifth for the first time. You can see Rwanda with 58 points, 47 first. And of course, you can see Nigeria in 142nd position. In Nigeria, Systems are built on impunity. I'm trying to let you see the environment you want to operate. Corruption is routine. It's not an error to be corrupt. Not exceptional. Parliamentary bribery is a standard practice. In 2025, Premium Times exposed how Nigerian lawmakers extorted 8 million naira, $5,800 from each federal university to secure budget approval. Senators later admitted receiving $1,000 each as appreciation money. When whistleblower Abiola exposed a 3 million bribe for bills scheme in National Assembly, SIRAP had to sue the Senate President and House Speaker for failing to investigate. High-profile cases go nowhere in Nigeria. A former petroleum minister was declared wanted in November 2025 over alleged conspiracy and dishonest of conversion of $14.8 million linked to a non-existent refinery project. Today, we are not hearing anything about it. A 30 billion corruption scandal involving the Aviation Ministry Permanent Secretary emerged. We are not hearing anything again. A Kano governor's aide was implicated with 6.5 billion money laundering scheme. Now, all of these are leadership gaps. And when you look at the gaps and you look at it all through, you will begin to see what I mean. You will see gaps in political corruption cases. You will see gaps in high-profile convictions that were simply ignored. You will see gaps in public trust. You will see gaps in institutional integrity. Number 3, foster a culture of innovation. Whether you are in a local government council or a corporate boardroom, or try to create an environment where new ideas are welcomed, experimentation is encouraged, attempts are celebrated, and failure is seen as a step towards learning. We can't create an innovative environment when there is no psychological safety. When somebody cannot hear his opinion without being ridiculed. You can only create an innovative environment when you celebrate attempts. Several leaders, they want to celebrate results. But the truth of the matter is that results often come from several attempts. So if you celebrate the first attempt, somebody will make a second attempt. And in no time, you will get your results. Here is a data-driven examination of several governments that have successfully cultivated a culture of innovation in economics and governance. Note that Singapore, South Korea, and Finland that achieve high governance are also among the world economic leaders. I'm trying to tell you that there is a relationship between good governance and economic prosperity. When you look at the table that I have here, the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, Global Innovation Index of 2025 provides a clear benchmark. The top performers share a common thread. What do they share? They share strategic, long-term government investment and stable institutions. If you look at the table that I have here, the GII 2025 ranking puts Switzerland as first with 3.15 GDP, put Sweden as second, put United States, Singapore, Finland. Singapore was 5th, second in Asia, Finland 6th, and of course South Korea top 10, and Israel 14. Where is Nigeria? Now, before examining individual cases, here is how this nation ranks on key international indices for governance innovation. Denmark ranked first, for governance innovation, Estonia second, Singapore third. And you could see the economic powers of Singapore. And of course, South Korea was fourth. You could see economic powers of South Korea. And Finland was ninth. Singapore is often known among nations as a smart nation. Singapore's Smart Nation initiative, launched in 2014, represents a systematic whole-of-government approach to embedding innovation in every aspect of governance. Singapore's governance innovation is characterized by centralized coordination and sustained investment. What distinguishes Singapore is in its institutionalized innovation culture. Innovation is not just an episode, but it continues. The government modernizes legacy system, ensures strong data governance, and empowers people to enable innovation at every scale. South Korea is known as the digital government pioneer among nations. South Korea has transformed its public sector through decades of strategic investment in digital governance, culminating in its current digital platform government initiative. South Korea ranks first among OECD countries in government data and open data maturity. This is built on strong legal foundation and sustained investment in data policy and infrastructure. Finland is known as innovation leader among nations. Finland's government culture is built on a foundation of world-class education, open data, and human-centered digital services. Finland governance innovation is characterized by interoperability and citizen-centric design. So, how do we respond? How do we respond to our lack of ranking? How do we respond to the situation of this nation? One of such responses is with our father in the Lord, Pastor Tunde Bakri, by bringing up Citadel School of Government. Please put your hands together for him again. I felt ashamed for this nation. One of the most well put together utterance at the 2023 election was rendered by Pastor Tunde Bakri. As I sat down and I listened to everyone, to all the presidential aspirants, I shook my head for this nation when the vote count didn't recognize integrity. Now, there is a bridge, there is a gap that needed to be filled, and that is the gap between theory and practice. And that is why educational institutions like Citadel School of Government is important. And what must we do as Citadel School of Government? Educational institutions must do more than impacting knowledge. They must, one, forge the character of leaders, emphasize ethics, courage, and competence. As the scripture says, consecrate yourself, for tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you. Joshua chapter 3, verse 5. Your consecration is to a cause greater than yourself, to a life of integrity and service. And that is what most secular institutions may not preach. But the truth of the matter is, we have the best articulated policy, but we don't have the best good minds to implement them. So, and that is where Citadel School of Government is sitting. Everyone here, if you have not enrolled, I counsel you to do so. Develop practical skill. Through dialogue series, webinars, and communities of practice, you have already begun to engage with real-world governance environments. I could hear the leader of the project talking about how to resolve the problem of health issues in Lagos State. That is the route to go. I say, well done. Ignite a vision. Help leaders see not just the world as it is, but as it ought to be. Equip them with the tools to bridge the gap. Christian higher institutions have long history of molding leaders who have shaped politics, diplomacy, and societies around the world. Their influence, deep-rooted in tradition of faith and service, is often seen as a form of soft power that transcends boundaries. Georgetown University in the US became a powerhouse of diplomacy, producing Bill Clinton, 42nd US president, Lyndon Johnson, 36th US president, King Philip VI, the King of Spain, and the current head of state, the King Abdullah II, King of Jordan, a stabilizing force in the Middle East. Juan Santos, former president of Colombia, awarded 2016 Nobel Prize Peace for his effort to end the country's decade of long civil war. Gloria Macapagal, also the former president of the Philippines, the country's second female president. José Barroso, former president of European Commission, the head of the EU's executive branch. Robert Gates and Donald Rumsfeld, former US secretaries of defense, were all produced from these Christian institutions. Graduates, as I try to conclude, you have already distinguished yourself as leaders by being a graduate today. You are the diplomats. You are the entrepreneurs. You are the civil servants. You are the advocates who will shape our collective future. The theme of this graduation challenges you to become agents of transformation. Every agent of transformation must carry a spirit. And that spirit is the spirit that wins. That is the spirit of sonship. Jesus is the greatest leader and innovator that ever lived. Carrying his spirit means you are carrying the spirit of excellence. Excellence that knows all things and does the best of things. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no man has imagined what God has prepared for those who love him. It was to us that God revealed these things by his Spirit. For his Spirit searches out everything and shows us God's deep secret. 1 Corinthians 2, 9 to 10. Carrying that Spirit distinguishes you. We already have people with head knowledge. We don't need additional head knowledge. What we need is character. People who will be in the midst of plenty, but they will eat little. And that little is only their salary. People who will have opportunity of governing a state, and they are not increasing in size more than the size they came with. The same door can still take them through. We don't need to pull down the doors. Those are the kind of people we need. As you leave this Olo Citadel, I charge you to please carry the Spirit of Christ. When you carry it, you will be ethical and competent, with your integrity being your most powerful tool. In a world of disruption, your character must remain non-negotiable. My wife was involved in some kind of research, and The government gave them money to do research. They said the part of the research will be contracted out to people who will collect the data. And so they said the money goes to them, to those people. And part of the money will go to them for being the researcher and for doing the write-up. Then suddenly, they said the person who wanted to collect the data will do it for everybody. And so if they will do it for everybody, and they will also write the reports. So they said they were going to send a lump sum of money to my wife. And my wife said, for what? They said, it's your own share. Go and enjoy. And my wife said, as the Lord liveth, I don't need that share to succeed and to make it. And what was the share? 40,000 naira. So you can see that many people can share anything. And that's not the end of the story. I'm talking about carrying the spirit of Jesus. Carrying the spirit that fears God. Do you know the same year God made her to win a research fellowship that brought to her over 3 million naira in the space of few months. So how do you compare 40,000 to 3 million? So most of the people that are eating what they are eating, they are poor. Because they would have been richer if they could be righteous. Number 2, be courageous. The challenges we face are daunting. And when you carry the Spirit of the Lord, you will be courageous. It takes courage to challenge the status quo, to speak the truth to power, and to innovate. Not human courage, but God's courage that can say, if I perish, I perish. Be a builder. That's another thing that Spirit will teach you. Focusing on creating a system, institutions that will outlast you. This is the true measure of leadership. Be a collaborator. The 7 spheres of governance are interconnected. Your ability to work across sectors, public, private, and non-profit, will be your greatest asset. In conclusion, I am confident that the insights you have gained at Citadel School of Government will guide you in translating learning into meaningful impact. Go forth and contribute to the strengthening of institutions in Nigeria and beyond. You have learned about the fragility of our institutions. As you step into this new chapter, remember that your success is linked to the success of your communities and your nation. The world is waiting for your leadership. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for listening.
All I can just say is wow, 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 like an ambulance. Thank you very much. A round of applause for humility personified and highly cerebral Vice Chancellor of Caleb University in Malta, Professor Olalekan Asekia. I listened with rapt attention and I say, this person is best suited to deliver this lecture. Another resounding round of applause for him. And to show his humane part, when he was greeting our founder, he went down. And they say, everybody can grow up, but not everybody can go up. If you don't have a vision, you can never run a mission. Our founder has a vision and is running a mission that is giving birth to global leaders. A round of applause for everyone who is here. Without wasting much time, I will now bring on the academic liaison officer for introduction of the pioneer cohort. And from there, we move to the presentation of the pioneer cohort by the executive director, Citadel School of Government. And then it moves also in an upward trajectory where they also present to our executive director, University of Lagos Business School. But at this juncture, I want to respectfully invite Mrs. Clementina Busayo Odetola to please introduce the pioneer cohort. A round of applause for her, please.
Thank you, sir. Graduating participants, kindly rise. Okay, thank you. As a mark of respect to the founder and the authority of the Citadel School of Government, kindly doff your caps. Thank you. Please remain standing.
The founder and chairman, Board of Directors, Citadel School of Government, the executive director, University of Lagos Business School, the 69 participants before us, those standing and those absent for whom I stand proxy, have successfully completed the leadership, formation, and governance learning requirements prescribed by Citadel School of Government. In accordance with the Memorandum of Agreement between Citadel School of Government and the University of Lagos Business School, and pursuant to the authority of the Board of Citadel School of Government, I respectfully present them as having demonstrated the values of ethical leadership, integrity, responsible statecraft, servant leadership, and transformational public service that this institution seeks to cultivate, and as worthy recipients of the jointly awarded Advanced Diploma in Public Leadership and Statecraft.
Founder of Citadel School of Government, I have the honor to present to you these 69 participants, those standing and those absent, for whom I stand in proxy, having all been adjudged, qualified by the Academic Board of the University of Lagos Business School for the award of the Advanced Diploma in Public Leadership and Statecraft of the University of Lagos Business School and Citadel School of Government. I pray that you admit them thereto.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the chairman of the board of Citadel School of Government, and upon the recommendation
of the board of the Citadel School and the academic board of the University of Lagos Business School, having received the certification of the executive director of Citadel School of Government and the presentation of the executive director of the University of Lagos Business School, I hereby admit you to the advanced diploma in public leadership and statecraft. I confer upon you all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibility appertaining thereto. May you bear this qualification with integrity, wisdom, courage, and a deep commitment to the principles of ethical governance, servant leadership, and transformational public service. I therefore declare you duly admitted as graduates and alumni of Citadel School of Government and as the first recipient of the Advanced Diploma in Public Leadership and Statecraft. Congratulations.
Congratulations once again. You may please be seated. Moving on quickly, we now get into presentation of certificates to graduates. May I humbly and respectfully invite the founder, Citadel School of Government Vice Chairman, our very own Mrs. Olaide Bakari, to be joined by the Executive Director, University of Lagos Business School, Professor Sunday Abayomi Adebisi. They jointly do this exercise together. Please, a round of applause once again for my Vice Chairman.
I proceed by calling the names of the graduates today. First is Adebayo Esther Dunamis, followed by Adebayo Oluseyi Michael, followed by, please, let's keep clapping, Adei Michael Igavu, Adekunle Adewale Oluwasegun, Adelakun Daniel Mofepo Foluwa, Adeleke Boluwatife Abosede, Adelowo Adewale Sukomi, Adewumi Adedayo Ojo, Adbola Ademola Omoyiwola, Akerele Olabisi Grace, Alabi Razak Alade, Alison Adams Omotosho, Alison Pearl Ijioma, Alubin Olubumi Oyebola, Asotie Marcel Ose Mare, Bankole Olabode Adeleke, Bello Oladele Kamoru, Chukweke Douglas Okafo, David Paul Olalekon. Please don't stop clapping. We are celebrating them, their grit, their commitment, and their success today. Adebola Adesonya Adetutu, Edwards Abolanle Abosede, Egomsin Bolanle Modupe, Ekejare Adebusola Ogenekome. Epei Anthony Eloy Stephen Joseph. Fashida, thank you. Fashida Akintomiwa Olanipekun. Femi Ajala Olubukola Adenike. Benga Ilori Abiodun Omowumi. Idaosa Ellen. Ijiola Timothy Olakunle. Ivie Sonia. James Olusonya Olukoya. Generala Olaniran Kazim. John Agbedei Temilolu Morenikeji. Komolafe Olarewaju Latifa. Kukoyi Oluwasesan Olatunji. Liasu Raphael Bamidele. Love Christian Kolawole. Mampa Ogechi Ifeyinwa. Odukoya Caleb Odutayo. Ogedengbe Oluyemi Fabian. Ogunjiofo Okechukwu. Okafo Nnamdi Andrew. Ola Oluwakayode Olawale. Oladunjoye Oladoyin Oluwatoyin. Olashore Emmanuel Timileyin. Ologun Olufunke Favor. Ologunleko Bamidele Solomon. Olorunshola Osasono Joshua. Please don't stop clapping. Thank you. Oluwole Olanrewaju David. Oluyemi Atinuke Fadeke. Omirin Olufemi Abeke. Omoyele Oluwafumilayo Oluwakemisola. Onaji Godwin. Onilede Taye Jeremiah. Please don't stop clapping, please. Keep clapping. Onye Buchuku Ono Ihu Oma. Ori Moloye Damilare Ezekiel. Osuji Stanley. Oyedekun Oyeniyi Timothy. Promise Jacob. Shoyombo Adefemi Matthew. Please don't stop clapping. Please keep clapping. Please celebrate them. These are our pioneer students at Citadel School of Government. Tanimola Oluremi Patience. Yes, make it louder. Upe Emmanuel Young. Don't stop clapping, please. Celebrate them. Celebrate them. Celebrate them. Don't stop clapping. Umuzu Edike Theophilus Ifeanyi Chukwu. Keep clapping, please. Don't stop clapping. Keep clapping. Make it louder. Celebrate them today. Their success, their hard work has paid off. Uviovo Ogenemaro Emmanuel. Yes, keep clapping. Don't stop clapping. We celebrate you. These are the pioneer cohort of Citadel School of Government. Please don't stop clapping. Please keep clapping. Celebrate them. Uya Sunday John. Don't stop clapping. Keep clapping. Celebrate them, please. Keep celebrating them. Veras David Kolawole. Yes, please celebrate them. Don't stop celebrating them. They've worked very hard, and today is here. Keep clapping. The last and definitely not the least, Wade Williams Idowu Babatunde. Congratulations. Pioneer Cohort, Citadel School of Government.
We celebrate you today. We will celebrate you tomorrow. And forever you shall be celebrated. Why do I think like I should say, stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, stand up. You may please be seated. Thank you. Congratulations. Moving on, it's time for presentation of graduates award, and that will be done by my executive director, Citadel School of Government. Please do well to appreciate someone I like to slurringly call his name, Mr. Omuaholo Omuahalen. A round of applause, please, for him.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to you, Mr. Chairman, Vice Chairman, ED, Dr. Akintude, Clementina, and the Pioneer class. Congratulations. You are all winners. I just clarified with, by the way, thank you, sir, our guest lecturer, for that inspiring lecture. We will work with your blueprint, sir. Thank you. I just clarified and I informed him that we will first of all award our guest facilitators and mentors. We will give them that honor by awarding them first. So in the course of this program, when the need arose to bridge the gap between academia and industry, we reached out to certain professionals, statespersons, and movers and shakers of industries, persons who have made marks in government, and they freely gave their services to mentor, to hold fireside chats, to facilitate webinars. And some of them are here. I will first call on those who are not here just for recognition. So we have Professor Seun Kolade, who took bottom-up innovation in a dynamic age. We have Ms. Uchechi Chukuma, who took personal leadership clinic. We have also on this list Mr. Fatai Idowu Onofowote, DG of the Lagos State Public Procurement Agency. We have Prince Tommy Serohi, former MD of Transnational Corporation of Nigeria. We have Mr. Hamzat Lawal, founder, Follow the Money, and ED Connected Development. And then we also have Mr. Mike Igini, who is a two-term resident electoral commissioner of INEC. And then, of course, we have Ms. Okpeyemi Adamolekun, former ED, Enough is Enough. These distinguished facilitators who freely rendered their service were not here, guest facilitators. And that's not to take away from the amazing work done by our distinguished faculty from the University of Lagos Business School. We celebrate you, sirs. We contemplated giving you awards, but we said, but they are still here with us. If we give them awards, if we give them award this year, what happens next year? So we thank you so much. I salute you, professors. Thank you for the work you did. Now, for the guest facilitators who are here that we will be recognizing, and mentors as well, we have a distinguished leader in the marketplace who we ran to when we saw that there was a branding gap, and he willingly obliged us and took us personal branding for the 21st century public leader. I'm speaking of no other person than Mr. I.D. Enang, CEO, Corporate Shepherds, and former president of the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, the founder and vice chairman. Please come and award this gentleman. Thank you, sir, for what you did. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We also have here with us a veteran in many progressive battles, who not only mentored, but also facilitated. Human rights activist, internationally recognized, founder of Women Arise, Dr. Joe Odumaki. Thank you. Thank you for your service to CSG. Thank you. And then we have a representative of one who readily gave us her services freely, Precious Enyaikon. Who's representing Precious Enyaikon? Yeah. And then we have one who is a member of the board. In fact, two of them. They not only guided us as board members, they both mentored, and even in the case of this person I'm about to call, also facilitated. And she took a session on the attitudes and aptitudes of the exceptional administrator. And I'm speaking of no other person than former special advisor to the Lagos State Governor on Works and Infrastructure, Engineer Aramide Adeyoye. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Also to be recognized as a mentor who left a mark on the persons he mentored. He's not presently here physically, but his wife is here. And, right? Mr. Shogun, look at you. Okay, I've just been told that she's not. That's Mr. Shogun Oloketui, former MD, Wema Bank, chairman of Charms Holding Company PLC, and Japol Gold and Ventures PLC. I've been told that he doesn't have a representative. We are grateful to these persons who freely gave of their services to us. We say thank you to them. And now we'll be recognizing the participants. You are all exceptional, but there are some of you who we knew we had to recognize. And one of the criteria for that recognition, first of all, was the phase of governance impact. So what we did was that we created 7 spheres of governance, and we placed participants in those spheres. And we watched what they did and their impact, and we asked them to fill certain forms. So our observation, their reports, all of that summed together helped us to choose who should get this award. First of all, partisan politics. This person, her audacious declaration of intent to run for the House of Representatives seat of Bende Federal Constituency, Abia State, stirred political shakings and realignments. She will get the award for partisan politics. And I'm talking of Mrs. Ono Ihoma Onyebuchoko. And then for citizens' engagement and enlightenment, this award will be won by someone who is not new to awards. He's an award-winning Nollywood producer, the father of Nollywood. We recognize him for his Living Democracy initiative that is engaging subnational governments and young citizens on civic leadership. And it's interesting that his first movie was Living in Bondage, and now he's driving Living Democracy. The award goes to Mr. Okechukwu Polycarp Ogunjofo. Then for jurisprudence and legislative governance, there are 2 recipients of this award this year. So this has the bar, the bench, and the hallowed chambers. But for this year, we are recognizing the bar and the bench. And for the bar, we are recognizing this participant for his work in judicial advocacy. And I'm speaking of Mr. Christian Love Kolawole. Thank you. And then for the bench, we will be giving the award of the distinguished member of the class representing the bench, because she became the judicial reference point for classmates, professors, and the entire community of CSG, bringing clarity on matters of law and ethics. May I invite your lordship, the Honorable Justice Atinuke Fadike Oluyemi, Judge of the High Court of Lagos State, to please come forward to receive the award. I've just been told she's not around, and so we will convey this award to her. Then for public administration, this award goes to a participant who served as chairman of Ogbomoso South local government area. We are recognizing him for his reforms in local governance, administration, and financial management. Honorable Oyeniyi Timothy Oyedokun, chairman of Ogbomoso South local government area. We are proud to have you as a participant in the pioneer class. And then, for corporate governance and social enterprise, we have 2 awardees in this fair. We will be recognizing Olanrewaju David Oluwole for his solution on digitalization of citizen data management. And we will be recognizing Idowu Babatunde Wahid Williams for his corporate social responsibility as an executive in the insurance subsector. Then, for civic rights advocacy, we will be recognizing Mrs. Abolanle Abosede Edwards for her continued advocacy on child rights with specific focus on child safety and security through the Strap and Safe Child Foundation. And then finally, for policy craft and policy entrepreneurship, we will be recognizing the Legacy Project Committee headed by Dr. Theophilus Umezudike for their design of the health sovereignty framework and stakeholder engagement towards policy reforms in the health sector. This award goes to the entire committee, but let the chairman come to receive it on their behalf. Now, the next one is the Best COP Academic. So what we did was that we collected the scores of the different, of everybody. You were placed in your respective COPs, And so academic liaison office was mandated to find the average so that you don't only succeed, you ensure that your COP members also succeed legally, not by cheating in class, and none of you cheated. None of you cheated, we can attest to that. But by tutorials and every diligent effort to ensure that no one is left behind. And so the highest scoring COP in this regard, after all the computation, was Transformation Group COP 7, led by Adetutu Debola Adesanya. Thank you for the teamwork you demonstrated. And then, the Outstanding COP Award. This is not for academic recognition. This is for cohesion, for compliance, for creativity, for individual and methodical and systematic group activities and development. This group distinguished itself, and it is the lead, execute, advance, deliver, the lead group, led by Mrs. Doyin Oladunjoye. The members of the COP can rise with her. That is the winner of the Outstanding COP Award. And then we have an award for tenacity. These persons remind us of the biblical character blind Bartimaeus. Sometimes they were almost like a pest in the class. They would insist on what they believed in, and they would go every length. They would disturb meetings just to present their ideas. And we said, much as these people sometimes disturbed too much, I think we should recognize them because of the impact that resulted from their disturbance. And then the award goes to persons with a solution who seized every opportunity to drive through their solutions, even when others try to quieten them. And they include Olanrewaju Oluwole, who seized every opportunity to showcase his Digital Solutions Award. I heard what he did when some of them were sent to the Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy Summit. He stood his ground, even when everybody was laughing at him, until the DG said, okay, come to my office. We recognize that. And then the other person, her interest in revenue generation was converted into a book. Bolanle Egonsin. Do we have a representative? Okay. We have the Nation Builders Legacy Award in honor of participant Mr. Adenrile Onikosi, who passed on, but his wife is not here. We will preserve that award. And then, now for the award of excellence, the top graduating participants. I will call you in no particular order and you will come up. The top 5 graduating participants of the pioneer cohort of the Advanced Diploma in Public Leadership and Statecraft are Dunamis Esther Adebayo, Olusheyi Michael Adebayo, Marcel Assotier, Michael Igavu Ade, and Abiodun Gbenga Ilore, Professor. This award also has, just wait a minute, just wait, don't go yet. Amongst you 5, we are going to recognize the best graduating female and the best graduating male. So, we asked everyone to prepare a 2-minute valedictory speech. We did not tell them who it was. So if you prepared your valedictory speech and you are not the valedictorian, that speech made you reflect. Don't lose it. Go and execute it. Yeah. So the best graduating participant female. And the winner is Abiodun Omowumi Benga Ilore, professor. Then the best graduating participant male, Oluseyi Michael Adebayo. You will receive your awards as best male and best female, but amongst these two, we have an overall best graduating participant, and the founder and chairman will present this award. Sir, the overall best graduating participant is Abiodun Omowumi Benga Ilori, professor at the University of Lagos.
When I grow up, I want to be like you people. Professor Ilori, we know ourselves from ITMO, right? So you have 120 seconds to give us that speech. And in the words of Frank Edor, back in those days in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, your time starts.
Thank you. Well, permit me to stand on existing protocol. Good afternoon, everybody. We were told to prepare something just in case, because nobody knew. I have to confess something. The truth is, even with PhD in electrical and electronics engineering, this course is one of the most tasking course or program I've ever had to undertake. And I'm not joking about it. I don't know if it is because of the age or because my engineering wired brain had to deal with concepts from philosophy, law, and all of those other things. If you are a mathematics student, you know what I'm saying. Whatever the reason, the program challenged me in ways I never expected. Despite the intensity, it was indeed a very fulfilling program. It was a rewarding experience. And I genuinely enjoyed every moment. All of the Saturdays, I couldn't go anywhere. I never attended parties anyway. When I enrolled in the program, I came with very specific goals. I planned that I was going to gain skills and knowledge, especially when it comes to influencing policies in my area of expertise in education, specifically in the area of translational research, in commercializing some of our research outputs, in influencing policies around innovation, and how we can impact the society that we live in with our research. Well, I left the program, or I'm leaving the program today with far more than I anticipated. I have gained a deeper appreciation for the role of leadership, especially collaboration, evidence-based decision-making, and lifelong learning in driving meaningful change. This experience has broadened my perspective and better equipped me with skills and capabilities to build stronger systems that can translate into real-world impact. The program has also reminded me that learning never really ends. It takes discipline, resilience, and the willingness to keep growing, no matter what stage you are in life or in career. I sincerely want to thank the founder of CSG, Pastor Tunde Bakare, for the vision, and especially for subsidizing the program. Because honestly, I don't think that my small salary as an academic in Nigeria would have been able to afford the program if we had to go for the 4 million naira ULBS charges. I also want to appreciate the CSG team for their commitment. They were truly committed to the program. Our facilitators were very dedicated. I appreciate you all, sirs, because they never missed class. They were so dedicated to impacting us. We appreciate you, sir. I appreciate my fellow classmates for making the journey worthwhile, and also my family, especially my children. They will say, because I always tell them, you better go and read your book, and they always made sure that they reminded me to go and read my book. To my fellow graduates, I say congratulations again, and may we continue to learn, grow, and make meaningful contributions wherever we find ourselves. To our colleagues, to the colleague that Evan gained, I don't want to say we lost, during the program, may your soul continue to rest in peace. And to everyone here, I simply say watch out for the 69 of us as we impact the society that we live in. Thank you so much.
There's one mentor that somehow skipped my list. And that mentor was also a facilitator. And a beloved facilitator for the pioneer class. Please, Professor Taiwo Ojo, come for your award. We invite the founder to hand it. No, it's the founder. The founder will hand it over. Thank you, Professor. We placed demands on you beyond the teaching that you did, to the extent that sometimes we thought about it. And we were like, what we're demanding for Professor Taiwo is just so much. And he never complained. He never complained. He was always there. Thank you, Professor Taiwo. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone. For those of you who are not on stage to receive one award or the other, look at yourself and say, I've done excellently well. And I want to liken you all to Baron Pere de Coubertin, the father of modern Olympics, that talks about the Olympic ring It's about participation and not necessarily the zeal to win. You have done well. You are not like me. I recall my serving overseer, sir. A lady that came to my secondary school and asked me, Sheung, have you registered for WAEC? I said, yes, sir. He said, well, haven't seen the subject you registered for. I'm just thinking aloud whether you could substitute economics for further maths. I said, Daddy, behave yourself. He said, eh? Daddy, behave yourself. I don't know maths. You say I should further. Is it not when you understand the mastery of mathematics that you now do further mathematics? Leave me where I am. But I will not leave this person where he is because he's a visionary. And it's that same late dad of mine that tells me that when you are at the top, you are the topic. When you are the head, you are the headline. He runs a vision and is setting out on a mission. I regard him so much. A distinguished Nigerian, an author, a man of God, a lawyer, an activist, the founder, the brain, the conceptualizer behind the Citadel School of Government, the serving overseer of community, Citadel Global Community Church. If your hands are not too busy, the highly cerebral, scholastic, magnanimous, benevolent, accommodating, empathetic, supportive, hardworking, loving, caring, and of course the man of God, Pastor Tunde Bakare.
Please be seated. The Vice Chairman, Citadel School of Government, Pastor Mrs. Laide Bakare, distinguished members of the board of the Citadel School of Government here present, the Executive Director of the University of Lagos Business School, Professor Sunday Abayomi Adebisi, representing the Vice Chancellor, Professor Folashade Ogunshola OON of the University of Lagos, and all the faculty members, facilitators, every one of them distinguished and eminent professor that are here present. The Executive Director of the Citadel School of Government, Omoholo Omohale, aka Omo, and his management team. Our first ever graduation lecturer, extremely cerebral, and the fourth Vice Chancellor of Caleb University, Immortal Lagos, Professor Lalikonhu Asikia. I want to thank you so much for the honor you showed us by rearranging your local and international schedule just to accommodate us today. May honor never depart from your lives. In the mighty name of Jesus. I also recognize your darling wife, Professor Mrs. Asikia. I asked her this morning, when two professors live under the same roof, what happens? Thank you, madam, for being here. Notable among our facilitators here present today, please permit me to recognize our very own veteran of many progressive battles for the soul of our nation, human rights activist, internationally recognized, Dr. Joe Oke Odumake, whose late husband, Comrade Yinka Odumake of blessed memory, was side by side with me as we battled for the soul of Nigeria during the Save Nigeria Group's strategic interventions in government. Thank you, Dr. Joe, for your steadfastness and constant intervention wherever and whenever injustice raises its ugly head in our nation. Thank you. The representative of the Commissioner in charge of tertiary institutions, Lagos State, thank you so very much, ma'am, for coming. We appreciate you. And now to you, distinguished graduates of the Citadel School of Government Pioneer Class, you are the very reason for today's ceremony. Thank you for not quitting and for not giving up. It was tough, but tough times don't last. Tough people do. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is with profound gratitude and a deep sense of fulfillment that I stand before you today. Exactly 11 months ago, on September the 6th, 2025, we gathered in this very hall for your induction into the pioneer cohort of the Advanced Diploma in Public Leadership and Statecraft. That day, I told you that we were planting a seed that will blossom into a mighty forest, whose roots will take hold in our nation and whose branches will stretch across the earth. Today, I'm pleased to say that the seed has not only taken root, it has begun to bear fruit. You are the first fruits of the Citadel School of Government. You have endured a rigorous 9-month journey of intellectual engagement, practical exposure, and personal transformation. You have sat under the tutelage of distinguished academics from the University of Lagos Business School. You have been mentored by seasoned practitioners from politics, governance, business, and civil society. You have engaged in webinars, dialogues, and policy conversations that have stretched your thinking and sharpened your perspectives. And in the face of it all, you have persevered. That's a good place to clap for yourself. Today, I congratulate you. You have earned this moment. You have made history as the first graduating class of this institution. No one can ever take that away from you. Let me also take this opportunity to express my profound appreciation to the University of Lagos Business School and its distinguished faculty for partnering with the Citadel School of Government on this pioneering journey. I'm equally grateful to our distinguished mentors, guest facilitators, and resource persons, eminent statesmen, accomplished public servants, respected scholars, and seasoned professionals who honor the school with the gift of their knowledge, experience, and wisdom. Many did so at personal cost and without charge on the school, choosing instead to invest in strengthening the capacities of these leaders because they believe in the vision of the Citadel School of Government and in the promise of these participants. I'm also paused to honor the memory of our late pioneer participant, Mr. Adenrele David Onikosi, who's passing on March the 9th, 2026, deeply touched the Citadel community. May I request you to stand again for 1 minute in honor of the departed one. May his noble soul continue to rest in peace. You may be seated. Though he was unable to complete the program, we forever be remembered as a valued member of our pioneer class and one of the first to embrace the vision of this institution. We warmly acknowledge his wife and family who are unavoidably absent and assure them that Mr. Adenrele Onikosi's legacy lives on through the National Health Sovereignty Framework undertaken by his classmates in his honor. May his life and example continue to inspire us to lives of service and purposeful leadership. To the graduating pioneer class, as you receive your certificates, I want you to understand that you are living with something far more valuable than a document. You're living with a framework for thinking about governance that transcends political parties, ethnic loyalties, and sectional interests. You have been equipped to see the big picture, to understand that the quality of a nation is inseparable from the quality of the people who exercise leadership within its institutions. You are living with a network of relationships that will sustain you throughout your leadership journey. The bonds you have formed with your classmates, your mentors, your facilitators, and the broader Citadel School of Government community are not merely social connections. They are strategic partnerships for nation building. Guard them jealously. You're living with a charge to serve, not to dominate, not to accumulate, not to exploit. You have been trained to lead with integrity, to govern with competence, and to serve with humility. These are not empty words. These are the very foundation upon which this institution was built. Let me also warmly congratulate those who have received awards for academic excellence, outstanding leadership, and distinguished service. When you stood here and you are receiving your awards, I went down memory lane because I had no opportunity to continue schooling with my classmates in primary 6 of 1966. I was taken to the carpenter's shed to learn carpentry, and it took some 3 years of hard labor before we could save money to go back to school again. By the time I was in Form 1, my classmates in 1966 were in Form 4. And one of them came to punish Class 1 students until she recognized me and said, "You are here now." What brought that memory back was the day I was leaving Lishopi Grammar School in 1973. The principal gathered all the awards, and he would say, "The first prize in this goes to this. The first prize in that goes to this." At the time, he said, "You don't have to go back. It's all your name." I turned back, and my eyes met my mother's eyes. She was weeping, and I was weeping. And I remember the teacher who tirelessly told my mother, "Don't waste this boy's brain." To think that that journey that began at that moment in a humble way will now produce global citizens that will make a difference in this world is beyond my comprehension. So I say to you today, although your beginning may be very small, your latter end will greatly increase in the mighty name of Jesus. Your achievements reflect the standards of excellence that Citadel School of Government seeks to cultivate. To every other graduate, let me assure you that your successful completion of this demanding journey is itself a remarkable achievement. Whether or not you received a formal award today, your contribution to this pioneer class is valued, your commitment is appreciated, and your place in the history of this institution is secure. Congratulations to you all. My charge to every one of you today is simple, but very weighty. Nigeria is waiting for you. I'd like to repeat it. Nigeria is waiting for you. We are approaching another significant electoral cycle. Across this country, new leaders will emerge at different levels of government. Existing leaders will confront increasingly complex demands. The challenges are immense. Insecurity, economic instability, and our guest lecturer detailedly stated these things for our benefit. Decaying infrastructure, institutional weakness, and a crisis of trust between the governed and those who govern. But I am convinced that the solution to these challenges is not more of the same. The solution is a new breed of leaders. Leaders who understand that public office is a sacred trust, not a personal enterprise. Leaders who prioritize the common good over private gain. Leaders who have the competence to translate vision into policy and the courage to translate policy into results. That new breed is you. For over a decade or two, I've been preaching about the new breed without greed, a radical opposition to corruption, men and women, boys and girls who choose to win by righteousness, and that seed is planted in you already, and you are going to manifest in the days to come in the mighty name of Jesus. You are the ones who will break the cycle of incompetence and corruption. You are the ones who will bring fresh ideas, ethical standards, and a commitment to excellence into the corridors of power. You are the ones who will demonstrate that governance can be different, that it can be responsive, responsible, and transformative. As you go forth, I want you to carry with you 3 lessons from this journey. Number 1, leadership is a calling, not a career. The world will offer you positions and titles. Do not confuse this with leadership. True leadership is about answering the call to serve something larger than yourself, your community, your nation, your generation. Never forget that the people you lead are not stepping stone to your success. They are the very reason for your service. Secondly, integrity is your most valuable asset. The psalmist said, integrity is my bodyguard. In the coming years, you'll face pressures to compromise, to cut corners, to look the other way, to prioritize personal gain over public good. The world will make it easy for you to justify small compromises. But remember this, the character you build in private is a foundation upon which your public leadership will stand. When the storms come, and they will come, your integrity will be your anchor. It has been my anchor in the course of my involvement in politics in Nigeria, and nobody can put anything on me that I compromise my faith, my value, or my character. I went in intact with my character. I came out better than I went in. Thirdly, never stop learning. The 9 months you have spent at the Citadel School of Government have equipped you with foundational knowledge. But leadership is a lifelong journey of learning. Our guest lecturer said so, and the best overall student who got the reward, the PhD in electronics and mathematics, electronics, electioneering, engineering, everything, affirmed the same. Leadership is a lifelong journey of learning. Stay curious. Stay humble. Surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking and expand your perspective. The leaders who make the most impact are those who recognize that they do not have all the answers and are willing to keep growing. I also want you to know that your relationship with the Citadel School of Government does not end today. You are not just graduates of this institution. You are alumni of a nation-building community that will support your journey in public leadership and statecraft. We will continue to work with you through the CSG Alumni Management Framework, which includes strategic working groups within our think tank, focus on practical governance challenges, and will afford you opportunities for lifelong engagement with the school and with one another. I'm particularly glad that the legacy project will continue on this platform alongside other sectorial reform initiatives. Your ideas, your expertise, and your influence will continue to be deployed. The door of this institution will always be open to you, not only as alumni, but as partners in the work of nation building. Graduates, the road ahead will not be easy. Our guest lecturer painted the picture of the society and the environment you are about to step into. I will not pretend otherwise. The challenge you will face in the public space are real and formidable. You will encounter opposition. You will face discouragement. There will be moments when you question whether the sacrifices are worth it. I'm waiting for a small lecture that I will present tomorrow during the book presentation. I have been tempted several times to leave this country and to go blossom elsewhere. And I have the wherewithal so to do. If I leave Nigeria for UK, I'm not going to a hotel. If I leave Nigeria for US, I'm not going to a hotel. I have a place of mine that God provided I can lay my head. I have resources to sustain me there. But every time I leave this country, if I sleep for 10 days, 12 days, if I do not return, it will look like somebody is beating me in my sleep. You will hear more about that tomorrow if you're privileged to be there. You will encounter opposition. There will be moments when you question whether the sacrifices are worth it. But I want to encourage you with the words of Apostle Paul, which have sustained me through many difficult seasons. This is clearly stated in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse number 8, in the New Living Translation. It reads, and I quote, "We are pressed on every side by troubles, but we are not crushed and broken. We are perplexed, but we don't give up and quit. We are hunted down, but God never abandons us. We get knocked down, but we get up again and keep going." So I say to you, if you ever get knocked down, get up again and keep going. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. The God who planted this vision in my heart more than 25 years ago has not abandoned it, and he will not abandon you. In closing, I return to the very words I spoke to you 11 months ago. I said then that we were not merely building a school, we were building a nation. Today, as I look at this graduating class, I'm even more convinced of that truth. You're not merely recipients of certificate, as I said earlier. You are nation builders. You are the bridge between the Nigeria of today and the Nigeria of our dreams. You are the evidence that something different is possible. Oh, you didn't hear me. Something different is possible. Say that loud and clear with me. Something different is possible. As you go forth, remember the words of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, which I shared with you on that day. He said, and I quote, "I would like to be remembered for helping to build a strong and united multi-ethnic state. I want to be remembered for creating the basis for an irreversible revolution in education, in the provision of social justice in Nigeria. Like late stage. All I want is a nation that works. You can ask Dr. Joe. Every time they ask me, what do you want? I want a nation that works. And you ask me, what's the definition of that? It was a high commissioner, British high commissioner, who engaged me while I was running frantically between President Jonathan, later President Muhammadu Buhari. In one day, I visited them 3 times and the home of the British High Commissioner 3 times. He sat me down. He said, what do you want? I said, I want a nation that works. He said, define that nation for me. I said, I found myself in the nation of the United Kingdom in 1994. And it was time to obtain British passport for my family. I went to the British Postal Office, took the British passport form, picked the postal orders, came into my home, filled the forms. The only other person who signed anything there was a son of mine who is a clergyman, Pastor Nimzo Bunge, who testified that all the documents were authentic. We posted them by Monday to the British Passport Office. By Friday of that week, they returned all the documents. And by the following week, they returned the British passports. We didn't phone anybody. We didn't use short leg or long leg. We didn't go anywhere. That's a nation that works, that you can sit in the comfort of your home, write a letter to a ministry, and you get response. I'm confident that such a nation will emerge in my lifetime. And I'm confident that you will play a significant role in its emergence. I want to thank all the eminent scholars, professors, cerebral people who invested their time in these people. You have invested your time and life in them. You will not regret it in the mighty name of Jesus. Graduates, may you go forth as leaders of integrity, competence, and courage. May you serve with honor and humility. May you never forget the privilege and responsibility that comes with the trust that has been placed in you. And may the Citadel School of Government continue to produce men and women who will transform not only Nigeria, but the African continent and the world. Congratulations, Pioneer Class of 2026. I repeat again, the nation is waiting for you. Go and lead well. May the good Lord bless you and empower you to make a difference highly needed in our nation today. I will, by God's grace, see you at the top. Thank you for listening.
Excellent speech, well delivered by the founder, Citadel School of Government. Please, you may please be seated. We are done. With that excellent speech that has brought us to the conclusion of this auspicious occasion that started in the new month of August. And it's the graduation ceremony of the Advanced Diploma in Public Leadership and Statecraft of the Citadel School of Government. In closing, you must make a choice to take a chance, or else your life may never change. My name is Oluwaseun Ajidagba. Adios, amigos. Gracias. Obrigado. Siabunga. Murakoze. Thank you.
We hereby welcome the founder, who is the chancellor of this assembly, to declare the assembly closed.
Okay.
We have to do things the way they're done. Professor Debisi insist on doing things properly. I salute you, sir. As a founder and chairman today, I don't know who will occupy that position tomorrow. The founder will remain with me. The chairman will change very soon. I hereby bring this assembly to a close.
Please. All right. With that declaration by the founder to declare this assembly closed, I will crave your indulgence to please remain seated as this procession will leave in reverse order. And once members of this people leave here, you graduates will follow suit, and then you take your official photograph at the 30 steps where it is officially to be taken. Can I have the tune? Can we please be on our feet? Once again, congratulations. Yes, the procession is living in a reverse order. We thank all our guests. Dr. Joe Dumaki, we celebrate you, ma. We celebrate the representative of Honorable Tolani Sule, Mrs. Oluwabumi Bidakobe, the director at that department. Thank you very much to all the amazing participants who have successfully, I see you, Damilare Orimoloe, Senior Special Assistant to His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State on Sports. And I see you, Mr. Kukoi. I see you, all the participants. Mrs. Lanre Komolafe, you are all celebrated. All of you, your face show, your shoes shine, all day your head. To all those who have come to felicitate with them, thank you, Mrs. Fatima Pedro Lawrence. Thank you, Hero Etubi. Thank you, Oyechi Amajoyi. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. This is where the cookie crumbles. Thank you, Mr. Kinyeye. God bless you. My job is done. I can now take my leave.